Today we'll be talking about knee pain. We'll try to understand knee pain in its rightful perspective of health. So first thing you need to understand is who gets affected and what. So age is a very big factor. As you age old, your old pains or old falls and aches tend to recover or tend to come to the life when you are passing through your midlife, that is somewhere around close to 40 and 50. That is the reason why sometimes you don't know the reason why you have a pain, why your knee is paining, or now why your knee is hurting now. So age is a very important factor. So as you age old, the old pains and aches which once were affecting your body comes back to life like a zombie. The reason why it happens is now after the age of 40, the so-called productivity of your body reduces, and then all these so-called aches and pains returns to your system. This also can be because of the hormonal imbalances in your body. It also can be nutritional deficiency in your body. So it is estimated that somewhere around 25% of people of the world population after the age of 50 can get some kind of a degenerative knee diseases and disorders, seen mostly in women because of their hormonal imbalance. So it's a very well established fact that especially women, when they're passing somewhere close to their 40s and anything above 40, tend to get a lot of knee pains because of the problem in their way the body handles themselves. If you have to understand better what exactly happens. So the knee health is basically because of obesity and fatigue. So majority of the cases what we see as knee joint pain is because of obesity. You need to understand if the body has, let's say hypothetically 50 kilos, then 40 kilos is what your body's upper part of the body handles, somewhere above your hip joint. So the 10 kilos has been pushed down to your knees and that pushes down to your ankle joint. So we'll try to understand why knees gets more affected. But yes, obesity, increase in weight reduces the strain on your bones and on your knee joint 2x, that is 2 times more. So any kind of a repetitive movement like standing for long hours, sitting for long hours, bending your knees and not giving much of a movement to your knees, these tends to become physical stress, and that can also lead to a lot of pains in your knees, especially after the age of 40. So along with that, lifestyle is also a matter. If you don't have good regime of your diet, if you don't have good regime of your food, and you don't do much physical activity, that can impact your knees health. So along with that, if exercise is not given adequately to the body, muscles tend to be more weaker and that puts more pressure onto the joints, and that is the reason why the rubbing of joints happen. So like this, there are many causes for which you can articulate for knee joint pain. So when you try to understand the anatomy of it, if you can see, this is the bone which is involved in your knee joint. This is femur, this is your tibia, and this is the patella. So the femur and tibia are connected with many of the ligaments, meniscus, and tendons. So the major ligamental tear which happens is called as anterior cruciate ligament and posterior cruciate ligament. So these two are very prone because they help in rotation of the knee, or they help in stabilizing the knee per se, connecting the upper bone to the lower bone, that is femur to the tibia. So majority of you who have a knee tear or a meniscal tear is because of this. This is the cause, or this is the meniscal which you are looking at. So like that, if you see there is bone and there's also something called as bursa. So this knee, one above the other, there is something called as synovial fluid. This acts as a shock absorber for majority of the weight which you put above your knee joint. So there can be tendon or there can be problem in this also, as it leads to inflammatory reactions. It can lead to some kind of a swelling. It can also lead to pain in a longer run. So these are the few things which you need to understand. One, bone gets degenerated. Second, the tears of your muscles, the tears of your tendons, the tears of your meniscus can lead to problems. And third is inflammation of your synovial fluid can also lead to knee pain. So these are the ways in which you need to associate yourself with the pain. So but technically speaking, there are a lot of reasons why it can go wrong. Something as simple as injury, which starts with an injury of that of sprain, strains and tears, leads to fracture of your bones, and if not taken care of, can lead to diseases, something called as osteoarthritis, cyst formation, and also some kind of a gout or inflammation of your joints. This inflammation can lead to something called as bursitis, as I said earlier. the inflammation of that shock absorber can lead to bursitis, and also tendonitis and synovitis. So this is not the only thing. There's something called as syndromes, where imagically or through testings of CT scans or MRI scans or X-rays, we don't feel or we don't find any problem. But there are some kind of a problem which is reducing your mobility, which is reducing your daily activity, but also increasing the pain. So this is called as syndrome. So something called as all these syndromes which generally tend to make you feel more vulnerable to your pains and aches. So, well, how do you choose which is yours? So that choice should be left to the doctors rather than you making a conscious decision of what exactly is happening. So please do not pick your pains, and please do not complain that you have osteoarthritis, you have an injury, you have a sprain, you have a fracture. Let us do the honorings or let us do the offerings for you to understand well about your body. So what are you supposed to do? The first thing first is take care of yourself. When there is a pain, first make sure that you relax first, because once you relax well, obviously the pain threshold comes down and your physical movements can be better. So yeah, rest is a very important thing. But along with rest, what else can we do? That will also we have to look into. So something like when you are at home, you can probably talk about rest. You can talk about home remedies. You can talk about how to keep yourself on par with the further escalation of your knee joint pain. What we do is we try to scan your knees and try to understand what exactly is the pathology behind it, and then give you frequent medications or therapies to make sure that the viability of the knees come back. Exercise and also follow-ups can be done for understanding your better knee health. So yeah, is it only that allopathic ways of intervention is there? Because I always keep my allopathic interventions just for the sake of acute diseases or acute changes. Let's say you have a fracture of your meniscus. The first thing is just to stabilize it, to make sure that the fracture or the tear has been stabilized. It is not affecting the rest of the body. Because what happens is any ligament, any small tear can significantly hamper your walking style, can significantly hamper the way the body's weight has been depressed or distributed along. So there are a lot of changes. To make sure that these changes are not affecting, so we go to allopathic doctors to make sure that they stabilize well. But if it is a pain which is very chronic, obviously alternative medicine is to go for. So in Ayurveda, we have something called as basti, where they put a mold around your knee joint, pour in medicated oil, and make sure that the elevated oil or the elevated properties of the oil can lead to better healing of your joints. So along with that, oil massages and all those things also come with Ayurveda. When we talk about naturopathy, it's always about acupuncture, yoga, exercise, and other therapies. So how does acupuncture works is, one thing is, acupuncture not just reduces or increases the blood circulation, it also tries to mediate the inflammatory mediators. So it tries to reduce the amount of pains, it tries to reduce the amount of inflammatory pathways which is happening in your knees, that making you more confident, that giving you more boost of energy to make sure that you walk well or you do your regular activity. You must have heard about physiotherapy and exercise. Obviously, those who are suffering from knee, the first thing which they say is about physiotherapy and exercise, just to make sure that the bones get back to their regular activity. So at home, what you can do is, first things first, let's talk about acute changes. Let's consider that you fell down. So first of all, if you're doing yoga, your perception towards your surrounding, your sensitivity towards the surrounding will definitely increase. So you're always more alert. Let's say you are not alert and that lead to a fall and that lead to a pain in your knee, or you crashed your knee to some of the hard objects on the floor or onto the wall. The first thing is the RICE principle. What exactly is RICE principle? The RICE principle is rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So you make sure that you sit comfortably, you don't strain your knees. So either sit on a chair or sit on the floor. Then put an ice or make an ice pack and put it on your knee so that the pain reduces at that moment. And then compression. Make sure that ice has been kept for a long time, probably for 5 to 10 minutes to 15 minutes. And then elevation. Elevation is required just to make sure of two reasons. One, the cells or the muscles of that part is relaxed. It's not tensed, because always the muscles looks to work forward. So when you try to relax your muscles, the body comes back to normal and gets to adjust itself for the problems which has happened, and also you reduce the swelling. So what exactly other things you can do is, let's say you are not able to go to any other therapeutic center, the first and best thing which you can do for your knee is to apply mustard pack or mustard oil. What exactly is mustard pack? Take mustard grains, warm a little bit, make a paste out of it, and again give a little bit of warmth to the paste, and then apply the paste on the knee. Make sure that the temperature of mustards or the mustard paste is not so high. Make it as much as possible, as bearable, and then wrap a cloth around the mustard pack or the mustard paste which I have applied on the leg. You can either do this in this way. Second is you can make the paste in a bag, or you can make a paste in a pouch or a cloth, and then apply the cloth onto your knees. So the better heat it is, the better it is, because mustard retains good heat, and mustard also radiates or so-called mediates the inflammatory techniques or pathways, so that leads to less pain and swelling. But most importantly, though majority of you don't do it, is whenever you visit a doctor, allopathic or non-allopathic people or non-allopathic doctors, they ask you to wear knee support in form of knee braces, knee caps, or a knee can. Probably even some of them come with a knee brace or bandages. So the first things first is you have to wear them. If you don't wear them, the body will push its weight onto the affected part of your knee, and that will lead to more complications. So make sure that you remove this knee support only when you are taking bath, only when you are going to sleep. If the pain is too much, probably you can even wear it when you are going for sleep. But throughout your activity, whether you are sitting, standing, doing any kind of activity, if you keep your knee support for the first 2 to 3 months, then probably the intensity of the pain will reduce. The way the body interferes and try to get its knee back to working mechanism is becoming more faster. So make sure that you wear this knee support for a longer duration of time, not just for a few days. So along with that, if you could take any of the treatments from other doctors or other alternative medicine, then yeah, any other intervention is always helpful for your knee. So make sure that you do any of these methods and keep your knees healthy. And see you soon in the next video where we talk more about these kind of health topics. So if you would like to talk to me regarding your personal problems and your personal ailments, then you can drop it mail to me at dradityahandey@gmail.com. So if you like this video, you can like this, share this among the friends who are suffering from knee joint pain, and subscribe. If you subscribe, then it will intensify me to do more videos like this on every weekdays and weekends, so that you can make sure that you are updated for your health and you take care of your health. So see you soon in the next video. We would like you to stay indoors and take care of yourself. See you soon in the next video.